Every time I think that people in society can't get any worse, I am always, without fail, taken to the depths of the underworld. Like just to the depths of hell. Every time. When asking if people in the world are evil, that train is never late. And today's story will show you just how low just about anyone is willing to go for money. This story is just as horrifying as it is shocking. And this story is about a heartless fat ass and his ugly hedgehog assistant allegedly posing as funeral directors and having stolen close to about $25,000 and more in life insurance money from grieving families. Let's take a look at this.
No funeral, no death certificate, no ashes. Tonight, that is what some families say they are dealing with after losing their loved ones.
Investigators say this man, Javon Major, posed as a funeral director. They believe there are more victims.
The investigation started 8 months ago. Tonight, 2 people have been arrested, and victims are still demanding justice because they say in some cases their loved ones' bodies were bloated and dark when they should have been embalmed.
My son got killed, and for him to come and take advantage of us, that's not right.
Anita Thomas is one.
I have never heard of anybody doing this, but this man needs to be buried under the jail.
Shadamis Hicks is another, both united in grief, but caught in a scheme.
It turns my stomach because you're dealing with people at the most vulnerable time of their lives.
Yep, just straight trash individuals, man. Now, more than 50 individuals came forward during a press conference that was held last Friday, I believe, claiming that their money was stolen by them. Some families even said that their loved ones' remains were missing altogether. This is a case that really pisses me off in particular and grinds my gears to the highest degree, because you're dealing with people at the most vulnerable time of their lives, like literally after they lost somebody that they loved and cared for, and rather than just leave them alone, you decide to try and hatch up some stupid ass scheme to try and get some money and try to skim some money off the top for yourself. It's not even that you try to skim some money, like you literally just took their money, like all of it. Now, a lot of the victims did say that Major contacted them through social media, through mutual friends, things like that. And he presented himself as a funeral director and offered to take care of the arrangements. But he never followed through on any of his promises, some of the victims did say. And he, to kind of top this off, they're not even licensed funeral home directors. Like, they're not even licensed morticians, none of that. Insane.
Investigators from Harris County Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen's office arrested 26-year-old Javon Major and 38-year-old Sandy Broussard, him for forgery and her for theft, after a tip from the Texas Funeral Commission. He posed as a licensed funeral director and mortician, investigators say. The pair forged signatures of beneficiaries and got life insurance money of dead people.
Funerals were supposed to take place, and there would be no funeral. Embalming was supposed to take place on some of these family members, and it didn't happen.
When I walked in and I looked at my son, his body was bloated. He was dark.
This victim says Major didn't embalm her son properly.
I had to run out to church because I couldn't deal with the smell.
And she still doesn't know if the ashes she's wearing are her own son's. In some cases, Rosen says Major would reach out to families.
When I say this man is a good talker, he can talk you down.
Claiming to be friends with the deceased. In others,
he got a suit on, he looking real nice. He like, this is my business card. Like, he got it all planned out just like a scammer does.
No matter how he did it, he must be stopped.
I don't know, I cry. I can't believe it.
Just raggedy pieces of shit, man. One of the women said that, her son died and she paid this dude to embalm his body. And after she repeatedly tried to see like the embalmed body, he basically didn't allow her to, like, he didn't really have any answers for her. And then I guess after he just couldn't take it anymore, he then allowed for her to see the body. And then when she arrived there, she said the smell was so powerful that it hit the second that they opened the door, and she had to just leave. She had to leave the church because it was too much, or she had to leave the funeral home or whatever because it was just too much. I mean, they didn't embalm the body, not even a little bit. They didn't take care of it at all. And the body was bloated, it was dark, and it was just in even worse shape than when it got there. Now, the Sonic the Hedgehog looking woman is Sandy Broussard, okay? Now, the police also arrested her due to the fact that she was working with this clown in this whole scam. Now, she's facing a theft charge as well. Now, this guy wiped out a family's insurance and submitted a request to receive extra compensation from any victims of the crimes. And another victim said that this guy smashed her son's body inside the casket. Now, there's also others who are unclear or whether the ashes that they've been given even belong to their family members in the first place. Like they for all they know, they could be wearing, you know, some charcoal or something. Like they could be wearing, you know, Johnny No Name or something, you know? Just an absolute piece of garbage, man. These two are just trash. Like, look at this clown. If you don't get your roly-poly ass on out of here, man, get that star-kissed chunk like tuna sweater up out of here, man. I get the flame in your nugget head ass. Oh, your head 2 sizes too small for that frame, boy. Your damn hips wider than the Mississippi River, boy. Ugly ass. That ground crack behind you because you walking on it. Heavy ass. I get to lighten your ass up. That sweater say legendary. It should say legendary, man. As in you need to get your Dairy Queen ass off my screen. Stupid ass. And you thought I forgot about you? In the words of my guy DC Youngfly, bring that ass here, girl. You thought I wasn't gonna get on you too? Stupid ass. Where you get that wig, girl? You stole that out of one of them caskets, didn't you? You better turn your head. I get the flaming you too. 2 titty, no nipple having ass. You look like you ready to go to prison as is. Stupid ass. Already wearing a jumpsuit with your dumb ass. Listen, I could go on all day, but it's obvious that these two are completely in the wrong for what they did. I mean, stealing life insurance money when the families is literally grieving right there. It's tragic, man. Like, just come on. But what makes all of this even more egregious is the fact that while both of them were taken to the county jail, they each posted their respective bonds, which was extremely low, considering the fact that both of them have rap sheets longer than the Lord of the Rings movies.
A couple accused of stealing from dozens of grieving families while operating an unlicensed funeral business are both free from jail on unusually low bonds.
In our series Breaking Bond, Randy Wallace looks at the 8-month investigation that led to their arrests.
This individual had the nerve to take advantage of us.
Dozens of people say they were victims of 26-year-old Javian Major and 38-year-old Sandy Broussard. The pair is accused of operating an unlicensed funeral business, stealing life insurance funds, charging for funerals and embalmings that didn't happen, and mishandling bodies.
She's been living with someone's ashes for months that she thought was her loved one.
His body was warm. It was not cold.
When I walked in and I looked at my son, his body was bloated.
We're charged with protecting Texas consumers in the funeral service industry, and these are very, very concerning allegations.
Mr. Major, we had to go and physically find him.
Major has a lengthy criminal history and a track record of skipping out on bond.
Every time he was charged and out on bond, he forfeited his bond. Every single one. He had 7 bond forfeitures.
Yet 262nd Criminal District Court Judge Lori Chambers Gray set Major's bond at just 10 grand.
This is very concerning.
He was in and out before you blinked.
A guy like this should probably not have been let out of jail. But this is just bad. It's just bad.
Get this. Major's alleged accomplice, Sandy Broussard, got a PR bond or get-out-of-jail-free card, even though she has 7 felony convictions and is on parole until the year 2040.
It's sad. It's sad. And again, if I had all these victims that we have and involved in all these cases, they would be just as upset, just as hurt.
Insane, right? Two peas in a pod. My mind is boggled. Like, how do you justify giving an 11-time convicted felon who's on parole for, say, another 20 years until like 2040 something, a PR bond? Like, how on earth does that happen? I just need to know. Just an absolute crock of bullshit here, and we will see. This is still an ongoing investigation, but other than that, man, you know, that's really all I wanted to speak on. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But yeah, just two idiots trying to win 2 tickets to Stupid Town. It's just ridiculous, man. Like, you know, I just can't stand scammers, man. Like, it just really, it grinds my gears, man. It just pisses me off. But that's it, man. Peace.